Welcome back. Happy Thursday, everybody. So, our sniper team is getting into position right now. Unfortunately, our gate team isn't really in position yet. Oh, crap. Rinoa! Yeah, we forgot about the monsters that are about to eat Rinoa. Thankfully, they haven't eaten her yet. So I believe the strategy guide calls these guys iguions. I just called them iguanas when I was a kid. I forgot to tell you, for my limit break shot, pull the trigger with the R1. Got it? Yes, his limit break is also unique because you have to create the ammo for it, and then all you do is just keep on hitting R1 for as long as you're allowed to. Now, it's also important in this fight, as there is a Guardian Force to go and get, and I've already gotten it. So this allows you to get the Guardian Force Carbuncle. AKA, you know who Carbuncle is. He's, since, I want to say Final Fantasy VI, Carbuncle has been the de facto cast reflect on the entire party GF. In this case, not really a whole lot changes. In fact, one of the abilities that Carbuncle gets is Auto Reflect. So at that point, you don't have to worry about that. Your party member can at least have Reflect put on them at the beginning of battle. But there are also a bunch of support aspects that we want to be able to keep with that. And oh boy, you Iguions just effed up. Because I have my limit break Renzakuken. I'm not too worried about Irvine right now because technically I don't believe we have any ammo for him, and if we do, it's basic. And I do believe that certain ammo is not allowed in certain guns, so you have to upgrade his artillery to be able to use the higher ammo. Oh, you just effed up too, my little iguana friend. So here we go again. And dead. I love that limit. Now, unfortunately, if there was experience to be gained in this fight, Irvine wouldn't have gotten it because he is stone. That's all right. We'll fix the problem in a minute. But happy Thursday, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good week so far. For me, it's just busy because I'm actually getting ready to go on a vacation at the end of August. I was scared. Really scared. It's over now. I was scared. I was really, really scared. Yeah, we get it. You were scared. You're used to battles, aren't you? I just couldn't. I couldn't fight alone. You're not ready for all this. Jeez. Better get going. I haven't forgotten your order. Just stay close to me. Yeah, she's kind of messed up after her encounter with the sorceress, and can you really blame her? I mean, she basically got put into a trance and then had monsters set on her to eat her. Yeah, I would probably be freaking out too. All right, now that we've taken care of the Iguions, we have to head down into the clock tower to get into position for Irvine. Now, before we do really anything, we're going to do a quick junction exchange. You technically don't need to do it right now, but I'm at least going to take care of it. And start rearranging all of the GFs that I basically put into a 2-man party instead of a 3-man party. But after this, we'll get into position and we'll see if we can execute this mission properly. But like I said, I am also just getting ready for a vacation at the end of August, so at that point, there will still be videos that are coming out, at least for Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy, but you won't be harmed by that. But I'm going to be taking about a 4 or 5 day vacation, so I know that that's really close to the last vacation that I had, but this had been planned earlier in the year, so I'm not necessarily going to turn it down. So hopefully it's not too much of a problem. But here we go. So here's our rifle. Irvine Kinneas. It's in your hands now. Time for him to go down the lonely road of sharpshooting. Huh? Why did you get all quiet? Oh my gosh! Oh, he must be concentrating! Why didn't I think of that? Loneliness of the sharpshooter! I guess he has a point. Can't hear anything from in here. What's going on with the parade, I wonder? Oh my gosh! Why can't I hear things? Cypher! So he's alive! The douche! Rinoa. Cypher's alive. He was in the parade with the sorceress. What does it mean? Who knows? If I were to face the sorceress directly, would I have to go through a saver? I mean, he gave me that score! That's the way it goes in the scene. You can't choose your enemies! I may end up killing Cypher. You're both prepared, right? That's the kind of world you live in. You've had a lot of emotional training. But, of course, I'd rather it not happen. It's all up to Irvine. Huh? Is he freaking out? Don't tell me you're getting the jitters. I can't do it. Yep, that would be my reaction too. Totally understand that. Now we're having a problem? I thought he was the best. Meanwhile, back with Kistis's party in the sewers. Hopefully they can get back up to that gate again so that they can be in position. So let's do a quick junction exchange just in case. And let's get the heck out of these sewers. We've got to get back into position so that we can close the gate when the sorceress goes through. Otherwise, we're going to get in trouble and stuff. Now, like I said in one of the previous parts, there technically is another way into the sewers, and that will actually allow you to get a weapons magazine to get you some upgrades. Unfortunately, I was kind of a ditz, and I forgot that I could do that. So you're not going to see me get it, but that's all right, because really, later magazines are going to be more what I'm looking for, as I'm not really looking to upgrade weapons until about final weapon time, just because that'll be optimum. And frankly, weapons do play into things like limit breaks, but you can bypass, and you can still do well without them. It really is more the junctions that play into that factor. So if you're playing this game brand new and you're wondering, like, how do I, do I need to get all the weapon upgrades to be able to survive against bosses? Not really. Not really. As long as you're keeping up with your junctions and the abilities that the GFs get, as well as keeping up with your magic, you'll be fine, because that's really what fuels your stats anyway. You will get stat increases from the upgraded weapons, but pretty minor stat upgrades. Really, the best upgrades that you can get are from the magic and the junctioning. So keep that in mind. And like I said, so unfortunately I wasn't able to get this, but I'm also kind of making my way through the sewers to get to the end point. And unfortunately, while I was in the sewers, that's when I realized I didn't go the right way to get the magazine. So, again, my bad. That's kind of the way it goes. Ah, jeez. The one thing I don't like about the sewers is, so you see these wheels, some of which you can use to get up into the upper area. Some you can't. And all you can do to know between the two is test. You can test it out, and hopefully you get to be able to go over. If not, well, sucks to be you. But that's all right. We're making up for it. Okay, so continuing down this tunnel. And what's funny is we're actually getting really close to the end of Disc 1. Basically, we're going to do our mission, and we're going to see if it works out. But then, after a couple of boss fights, we will then move on to Disc 2. Kind of surprised. I mean, I think it took in 7... I might have to double-check this, but I think it was about 35 parts before we got to the end of Disc 1, just because those discs were ill-proportioned, in my opinion. But these ones, not really. And I wouldn't be surprised at the end of this Let's Play if it was technically shorter than 7. The only reason I say that is because once you get certain abilities, such as no encounters, I mean, you cut out a lot of time. I know that I keep the random encounters in when I'm actually going through story content, but yeah. You can definitely cut out a lot of headaches and random encounters if you have that encounter rate none. So it would not surprise me by the end of this Let's Play if it is, I'm not saying by a huge margin, but if it wasn't at least 10 parts less, just so that I can cruise through the content and be able to get it to you guys quicker and be able to move on to one of my personal favorites, like it'd be number 2 on my list, Final Fantasy IX. Because I'm really looking forward to play that again. I technically haven't played it in years, kind of like with all of these others. And so I'm looking forward to being able to play that game again. Not to say anything bad about 8. I've gained a new appreciation for it over the years, but I remember playing it for the first time and being very, very annoyed with it. So I'll just put that out there. And also, I should point out that I believe by the time this part comes out, we do have a confirmed release date for the Final Fantasy VIII remaster that's coming to Switch. So, Final Fantasy VIII fans, rejoice! You can get a remastered version of 8 going towards, I think it's Switch, but I think it also is going to be going to PS4 and Xbox One. I'm not 100% on that. I will double check it by at least next part. See, right now I'm actually trying to find my way to that magazine, but unfortunately, I'm going to learn the hard way that it's not really possible to get it. You really need to go into that manhole cover, because you can see the magazine right there. Unfortunately, I can't get it. But once I take this wheel, it's actually close to the end of the sewer section. So at that point, can't really go back. So when I was recording this, I was kind of kicking myself in the butt, but at the same time, unless you go that manhole, you can't get that magazine. And again, it's not going to be a big deal. If you want to get all the magazines when you play the game, by all means, feel free to do so. It's not required, though. I've played this game at least a couple of times where I haven't upgraded until final weapons, and it's been fine. The only thing that you miss out on is limit breaks. And if you're okay with missing those limit breaks until you get the final weapons, you're completely fine. You'll basically just get a rush of limit attacks. So I'm still trying to figure this crap out, unfortunately. But I do remember cutting it at a point. This is going to go up into the tower, thankfully. Or into where the gate is. Okay. So we're going to have to endure a little bit more walking around. Hopefully, though, if you are excited for the 8 remaster, feel free to leave a comment below. I would really like to see how many people are going to go out and get it. I'm really liking the fact that Final Fantasy games can return home to Nintendo consoles. Nothing against Sony. I mean, all of my copies are on Sony consoles. But it feels right. They started on Nintendo, and so it's great to see, like, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. I mean, obviously not 14, and 15's technically there in the Pocket Edition. But it's so great to be able to see those games finally back on Nintendo consoles. So I hope you guys are enjoying that, especially for the portability of the Switch. Okay, so this is actually where I did the magic cut, and we're saying bye-bye to the magazine. We're not going to worry about it. We're instead going to go up and get into position for the sorceress, because remember, the parade's kind of going. Unfortunately, it will make you stop. Just go ahead and go back up. All right, so we are now officially up where we need to be. We have the switch for the gate. So let's just go ahead and get into position. Whew, we just made it. And I completely forgot that I still have control of Kistas. There we go. And the creepy music begins again. It's time. Irvine, you gotta get over your fears. She's getting into position. Jeez, those dancers do really look tribal, don't they? She's just contemplating what she's gonna do to kill each and every citizen here. All of them will get individual deaths. Instructor, now! Hit the switch! Okay. Well, without further ado, let's start the party. Someone's not pleased. Irvine Kinneas! I can't. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I was choked like this. Again, you're supposed to be the best. Try to act all cool, joke around, but I just can't handle the pressure. Forget it. Just shoot. My bullet. The sorceress. I'll go down in history. I changed the history of Galbadia. Of the world. It's all too much. Enough. Just shoot. I can't, damn it! Irvine, calm down. Everyone's waiting on you. I don't care if you miss. Whatever happens, just leave the rest to us. Just think of it as a signal. A sign for us to make our move. Just a signal. That's it! Please. Just a sign. Now's the time, Irvine. Shh, Nikes. I'm sorry. It's okay. Your aim was perfect. Just leave the rest up to me. I'm going in for the sorceress. Irvine, Rinoa, just be ready to back me up. And unfortunately, that will happen next week. When we come back, it's time for Squall and his crew to take advantage of the situation.